Hello everyone, welcome back to online Savi video tutorial on hydrology and irrigation engineering. In the previous videos, we have seen the first part of module 1, that is hydrology part, and in this video we are going to see the second part of module 1, that is the precipitation part. So under that, in this today's class, we are going to discuss the definition of precipitation and the forms of precipitation. So let us see the introduction to the precipitation. See, when the water in the clouds gets too heavy, first of all, the definition. So when the water vapor in the clouds gets too heavy, the water will fall back to the earth. Okay, that is called the precipitation. So precipitation means when the water vapor in the clouds gets too heavy, so they can't withstand that heavy load. So what happens? The water will fall back to the ground. That is called the precipitation. Or in other terms, we can define the precipitation as a return of atmospheric moisture to the ground in the form of solid or liquid. So precipitation means, so in other terms, we can define it as the return of atmospheric moisture to the ground in the form of solid or liquid. And it is a fall of water in various forms on the earth, from the cloud. So in the usual form of precipitation is rain and the snow. And in India, the snowfall usually occurs in Himalayan ranges, and in most of the precipitation occurs, so is of the form rain. Okay, so in India, so you can see most of the precipitation occurring in the form of rain, and the rainfall is measured using the help of rain gauges. And so the unit which is used to express the rainfall is, it is expressed in terms of depth of water in mm or centimeter. So we are going to express both in mm or centimeter. And the aerial distribution of rainfall in a basin for a given storm or a period, okay, is expressed in terms of HIE heights. So usually we are going to use HIE heights to represent the aerial distribution of a rainfall. So on a particular area, how much rainfall has been occurred. So to represent that, we are going to use the HIE heights. So HIE heights are nothing but, so those are the line. The HIE heights are the line joining the points of equal precipitation, like the contour. So contour is a line, imaginary line of, which shows the the points of equal elevation. So similarly, HIE heights are the line or the points joining the equal precipitation in a particular area. And the average depth of precipitation, in a basin can be computed. We have various methods like arithmetic mean method, HIE height method, and Thiessen-Polygon method. So those are the methods which is used to calculate the average depth of precipitation. And in this method, so compared to arithmetic and Thiessen-Polygon, HIE method is more accurate. Okay, because that will take the topography. So that will take what is the influence of the topography of the land. So that's why it will give you more accurate result. And you have some of the characteristics of the rainfall, like the amount of rainfall is expressed, is the depth of rainfall over a specified area. So that is nothing but the volume. So volume is depth into area. Volume of rainfall is depth into area. And the intensity of rainfall is rainfall depth divided by time is the intensity of rainfall. And in case of complex storm, so we can divide it into series of storms of a different duration, so during which the intensity is more or less uniform. What we are going to do is, so if we occur at a situation of more complex storm, okay, so then at that stage, what we are going to do is, we are going to divide the storm into number of series of different duration, like 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour. It may be in terms of minutes also. Okay, so and so where to maintain the uniformity in the rainfall intensity, and the rainfall intensity or depth will not be uniform over the entire. See, it will vary from area to area. So rainfall, as we know, rainfall is not uniform. It is a It is non-uniform because it varies from place to place. So hence what we are going to do, we are going to consider the variation with respect to area. That is nothing but the areal distribution of rainfall over which the rainfall is uniform. So we are going to consider the areal variation also. And the next topic is the forms of precipitation. So as I have already mentioned, we have different forms of precipitation like, rain, snow, drizzle, clay, sleet, hail, dew, frost. All those are the different forms of precipitation. See, rain is the principal form of precipitation, and that is the form of precipitation which is usually occur in India. And so rainfall means, so that is a precipitation, so which occur in the form of water droplets, and the size will be larger than 0.5 mm. So the maximum size is 6 mm. Okay, so and if the size exceeds more than 6 mm, what happens? So that will break down into smaller sizes while it is falling from the atmosphere. And based on that intensity of rainfall, we have different types of rains like light rain, moderate, and heavy rain. So if the intensity is around 2.5 mm per hour, that is light rain. So and if it is lies between 2.5 to 7.5 in terms of mm per hour, so it is moderate, and heavy when it is greater than 7.5 mm per hour. So the second form of precipitation is the snow. Snow is a ice crystal. So it consists of ice crystals where that all ice crystals combine to form a flake. So you can see in the figure. So these are the flakes. Okay, so all the ice crystals will combine to form a flakes, that is called a snow, and the intensity, the initial density of this snow will be 0.06 to 0.15 gram per centimeter cube, and the average density of snow is about 0.1 gram per centimeter cube. And snow you can see in the Himalayan regions. And the next form of precipitation is drizzle. See, drizzle is nothing but the fine sprinkle of numerous water droplets. You can see here. So it's like sprinkle like small grain like a structure. So here the size of the drizzle will be less than 0.5 mm, and the intensity will be less than 1 mm per hour. And in this, the drops are small that they float in the air. So even in the air, this drizzle will be floating. So that the size will be that much smaller. And the next one is glaze. So you can see the glaze, how it looks, how beautiful it is. So when a rain or a drizzle comes in contact with a cold ground, okay, so that is around 0 degrees Celsius. When a rain or a drizzle so comes in a ground with respect to 0 degrees centigrade, then that whatever rain or a drizzle will be there, so that will get freezes out, okay, and gets freezes out, and it will form a ice coating which is called glaze or a freezing rain. And the next one is a sleet. See, sleet is a frozen raindrops of transparent grain. So you can see here. So you have sub-freezing, that is below freezing, and above freezing point. So when this sleet will form when rain falls through a air, okay, at sub-freezing temperature. So when rain falls at sub-freezing temperature means below the freezing temperature. So you can see here, this is the below the, so this is above freezing point and this is below freezing point. When this particular rain falls or reaches this sub-freezing temperature, then it will form a frozen raindrops. You can see here frozen raindrops. So that is a sleet. So you can see here how it sleet will look. And the next one is hail. See, hail is a showery precipitation in the form of irregular pellets or lumps of ice. See, here the size will be more. So size will be around greater than 8 mm. Okay, and this will occur in the violent thunderstorms. So in the vertical currents. So when those are very vertical currents are strong and when the violent thunderstorm occur, so at that case you can see the hail. And even the next one is a frost. So frost is nothing but, so it is also one of the form of precipitation which occurs in the form of scales, needle, feathers or fans. You can see here. So it looks like a needle. Okay, so whatever the form of precipitation which occurs like a needle or feathers, you can see how nice it is, like a feather. So that is a frost. So next one is dew. See, dew is a form of precipitation which is formed by condensation. Okay, so directly on the ground. So whatever the condensation which is going to occur directly on the ground, so due to that, this form of precipitation will occur, that is dew. And this is basically occurs during the night time. Okay, when the ground surface is cooled by the outgoing radiation. So when the during night time, what happens? So due, the whatever the surrounding radiation is there, so because of that the ground surface will get cooled. So because of that the dew will occur. So these are the different forms of precipitation. So next class we'll see the types of precipitation. Thank you all.